Hey everybody, it's Mr. Giles. We're gonna do an animation called Falling Forever. First, you're gonna want to use this as a resource. I'm not gonna take that any longer. You can go to that web page, and I have all the stuff you'll need to start this animation if you have Pivot. Okay, so to get you started, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna download these pictures by right-clicking on the picture, save image as. And I suggest naming them BG1, BG2, BG3, BG4, BG5. Okay, and so you're gonna right-click on each one, and you're gonna give it that name. And you're gonna right-click and save it. Save it, if you're a student in my class, save it to your H drive. If you're at home, you can save it to your desktop. And you're gonna right-click on each of these pictures, and you'll notice that it's a continuing picture, except for this one doesn't look like it is, but it is. You're gonna save each one of those, BG1, BG2, BG3, all the way to BG5. Okay, now we're gonna go to Pivot. Inside of Pivot, you're gonna go File, Load Background. And you're gonna load, in fact, I think if you hold Shift, can I hold multiple? No. So I'm gonna load my first background, and I'm gonna have my character. We're gonna do better animation for this, but for now, I'm gonna just demonstrate. I'm gonna show him running and jumping and sort of hanging on. I wanna see anticipation, but to show you the falling process and how to do this, I'm gonna just do a quick spacebar animation. There's the anticipation, jump. I'll just do bam, 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 bam. Then he's falling, and then he's gonna fall into another screen. So this is my students. This is definitely not acceptable animation for the project, but for right now. So he's falling. The first couple frames are close, and then they start picking up a little bit of speed here. I'm gonna have him fall clean off the screen, and I'm gonna actually hit spacebar 1, 2, 3, 4, about maybe 5 times. Now, if he fell down, I'm gonna hit the center button so I can get it back. This is the green center button. I'm gonna move him over here so I can get to him again. Now I'm gonna load a new background. File, load background. I'm gonna go to the same place, computer H drive, and I'm gonna load background 2. Open. And I'm gonna have my character, but before my character comes in, I'm actually gonna hit spacebar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can always delete these later if it's too long. Then I'm gonna have my character fall in. And the first ones, I'm gonna space out reasonably closely. I'm gonna make that spacing a little farther each time. And of course, I'd like to see his arms flailing, his legs flailing. And then I'm gonna pull him off the screen, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, let's watch that. He jumps, waits, jumps. That's garbage. We're gonna do a better job with that later. And we can probably make the little pause between screens not as long. I'm going to set the speed up to 10. Yeah, that looks a little better at 10. Okay, 10 frames per second. So he's fallen through. Now I'm going to load File, Load Background, Background 3. And we're going to repeat this process until we've loaded all the backgrounds. So I'm going to just go ahead and load background 4. I like to give a few frames in the beginning so that the audience can see where they are before the action starts. Then you're gonna do a landing, they're gonna land, they're gonna catch themselves, they're gonna hit the ground really hard, or maybe there's something you put there that they land on. And then they're gonna walk maybe over to the side. And then, now since he's walking off to the right, on the next shot, he's gonna come in from the left. He's actually going to come in, he or she is going to come in from over here on our new background, our final background. File, load background, background 5. See, he's walking into this cave. And then something is going to happen here. And this is where I want you to do something creative. Maybe there's a creature, maybe there's treasure, maybe there's a restaurant. Maybe you made another background and something totally different happens. Or maybe he climbs his way back up the cliff using some rappelling gear. I don't know. That's where the creativity comes in. But that's how you change backgrounds. Here's what it looks like all together. Jumps. We switch the backgrounds to give the illusion of the thing. And you can make those switches a little faster as it gets going. And you could do this where he's running from right to left, and maybe he's traveling and there's different road scenes and the mountain changes in the background. There's a lot of ways to do this. This is kind of a static screen crossing technique. So there you go. Falling Forever. I hope that is something that makes sense, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'd love to see your animations when you're done.